In a typical year, this room would have been full of expectant mums and dads, here to learn a little bit more about St. Christopher's. Some broad brush, big picture reminders, but also lots of specific details about September and the transition between Year 6 and Year 7. But this, of course, isn't a normal year. And so we're making a short film to help you and your sons and daughters to replace our traditional new intake evening. We hope that you find it informative and helpful. Although the format of communicating with you has had to change, the message itself remains the same. St. Christopher's is tried and tested, and for generations we've worked hard as a school community to make sure that this is an outstanding 11 to 18 secondary school. It's a school in which we want all of our pupils to flourish and to prosper, to learn, to grow together, to live life to the full, to love God. If you're watching this video, it's because you're likely to be one of the 195 families who secured a place with us in September. That's 195 out of nearly 900 applications that we were grateful to receive, a school record. And of the 195, we know that you chose us because we're a church school. So what have we done to make sure that being a Church of England secondary school isn't something that simply appears as a sign at the gate in the entrance to the school, but is a lived reality and will be for your sons and daughters? Our foundation scripture is the first Psalm, a great song, piece of poetry from the Old Testament. And in that, we learn that having a strong faith means that, like a tree, that all will prosper, that all will give of the very best fruit, that none will wither. And we put that, a child's prosperity, at the heart of everything that we do.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mrs Parkinson, Senior Assistant Head Teacher. It's my responsibility to help out with transition and to answer your questions. You'll see that you've been sent home a parent guide, and we put that together with all the information that teachers would like you to have, and also the commonly asked questions that parents ask each year. So hopefully you'll find this really helpful, and we'll go through lots of aspects of day-to-day school that you will find useful. If I start off with preparing your child for starting at St Christopher's, one of the things that we find really helpful is that you spend some time looking at the journey to school. How are they going to get here? They might like to practice walking here. They might look at which bus are they going to get. Is somebody going to meet up with them on the way in? And they might worry a little bit of what the journey to school will be like and what the journey home will be like. At the end of the school day, we've always got mentors and staff at the entrance hall, so they'll be able to send them out the right way and to make sure they get on the right bus if that's how they're getting home. You and your child will want to know which groups they're going to be in. So they'll be in a form group and a teaching set. The form group has been decided by looking at information from the primary school, and the Year 6 teacher will have given us some advice with that, and also by making sure that they know somebody in their form, hopefully, whether it's somebody from out of school like football practice, or whether it's a few people from their school. So we'll put them with other familiar faces to help them settle in. And they'll stay in that form group all the way through to the end of Year 11, and they'll become a really well-bonded little group. Alongside that, they'll have their teaching set, which we'll finalise in September, having given them a little time to settle in. And that will be devised from looking at teacher assessments, but also by doing CAT tests in September. CAT tests are very simple and straightforward. They happen within a day in school day, and there's no preparation being done for them. So don't alarm your child that they need to do any revision or prep. It's very straightforward, and we try and keep it low-key and friendly. So being organised for the school day. You'll find in the booklet a section talking about what to bring on the first day, a handy list there. And on the first day they'll receive their timetables, so that you'll be able to start organising what do they need. And it's really good to start positive, mature routines, getting them into the right way of being organised each day. So I'd recommend put the uniform out ready every night, so you've not got that mad rush in the morning to find the tie. Get the books all organised, sort out what's happening with their lunch, and use the timetable to see what do they need each day, so they don't carry a big heavy bag around with everything in, and they're a bit more organised. I'd name everything. That makes it so much easier to track things down and return things. And they need to think about mobile phones. Increasingly, as children start secondary school, they're more likely to have a mobile phone. They do more independent journeys, and you might prefer that to feel safer. But they must make sure that the mobile phone is switched off and in their bag, tucked away nice and safe all day, and not used during the school day. Equally, if by chance they're lucky enough in time to have a smartwatch, then that must only be used for telling the time. One of the things that new Year 7 most worry about is getting lost, and we overcome that by having mentors showing them round through the school day. So we have Year 11 pupils who have volunteered to help out Year 7, who pick them up and drop them off from every lesson so that they know where to go. And they'll continue to do this for up to a fortnight, and by that time children will really know where they're going, get really much more confidence about where things are in school, and they'll be able to be independent. It's helpful to establish a good homework routine. Children will be expected to do homework most evenings, and if they haven't had it set, to do some reading and to make sure the books are all well organised for the next lesson. If you could help by making sure they've got a good space to work and they get into a good routine in timing, maybe a quick drink when they come home, a little bit of a snack, and then get on with it so it's out of the way. Equally, if they have a busy with activities or evening time a part-time job, making sure that they can fit it around that and have enough time to do the homework well, and being consistent with checking their work. So don't worry about checking their books, checking the quality of the work, to make sure that you feel confident they've done a good job. Also looking at the timetable to make sure that you know what is due when, have they got things done on time, have they prioritised what needs doing in what order. The easy way to do that is to look on Synergy, our homework system. So if you look online, you'll be able to see exactly what your child has been set and when it's due, which is really helpful. If your child is absent, if they're unwell, then you need to ring school as soon as possible in the morning, preferably by 9 o'clock. Or you can send a Synergy message, or you can email us. If they need to go out to an appointment, if you could send them in with their appointment letter, that will be helpful. We'll give them a permit card from reception, and then later in the school day when they need to leave, they leave the lesson, they come down to reception and sign out and go out to their appointment. And then if they return later in the school day, they come back and sign in again and then return to class. In primary school, you might have had advice that they stay off school for 48 hours after illness. We don't subscribe to that, so as soon as they're well enough to be back in school, send them back in and we'll be glad to see them. Please keep us up to date with your contact details. It's really important that we've got emergency details saved online on our Synergy system, and then we can be in touch. If you want to contact us, please make sure that you make an appointment, particularly in the light of COVID-19. New guidance has come into place and all parents should make an appointment by phone or email in advance, and then we can make sure that a member of staff is available for you. Remember that all the teaching staff in school do teach lessons as well, so we need to make sure we can make a time available when we can spend time with you and resolve any issues that might crop up. You might find that during the day you need to contact your child and get information to them, or they might want to get information to you, and of course with the phone switched off and away in the bag you can't get directly in touch. So what we recommend is if you get a message to reception, we will make sure that that message is passed on to them in class. Equally, if they need to contact you, say netball practice is cancelled, some arrangements is changed that they need to let you know about, they can come to reception and either reception staff will allow them to use the phone in the reception area, or they'll call you on their behalf. So food and drink in school. Quite a lot of the pupils choose to bring in something from home, so they might bring in their break time snack, might bring in a packed lunch. We recommend with a packed lunch that you send it in an actual lunch box so it doesn't get squashed amongst the school books. But also make sure please that they don't bring any energy drinks in. They're welcome to have a water bottle in school which they can top up, and they're allowed to have that out in lessons. Some people will buy their lunch and buy snacks during the day. To do that they need to use one of their little cards and they will swipe that to pay for it. You can put money on that by sending cash in or by doing parent pay. We far prefer parent pay, and particularly you'll realise at the moment that bringing cash into school isn't the most hygienic and isn't the most convenient. So you can do a monthly direct debit once you find about how much you find they need to spend, and then you've got a regular amount and they're not going to run out of money. At St Christopher's we have a really good reputation for the behaviour of our pupils, but this doesn't happen by chance. We work at it all the time and we appreciate the goodwill of our pupils and parents in helping to support this. We know that you've signed the homeschool agreement and your part that you will play and that your child will play in helping to make sure that St Christopher's good reputation continues. You'll see in the booklet quite a bit of information that I hope you'll find helpful about online safety, particularly measures that you could put in place at home. You're welcome to contact us if you need help with online issues. And also about anti-bullying, which is really important. And sometimes children aren't confident to talk about that in school, but they might feel confident to tell you. So please do ring us if you're worried about how people are behaving towards your child, and then we can hopefully resolve it back in school. We've also got information about learning at St Christopher's and a few posters about learning at St Christopher's and St Christopher's school rules. They're displayed around school and they are a high profile, so they will be reinforced in assemblies, but key things that you would expect to make sure that they're ready, be ready for school, that they're prompt, fully equipped and a really positive attitude, be respectful to their teacher, to each other and to our school environment, be resilient, building maturity and strength to try new things, to not worry about making mistakes, and to accept criticism and get to know your strengths and how to develop your own weaknesses. And to be reflective, to be thoughtful, to understand how to improve. We're going to show you some examples of uniform with some really helpful models from Year 7, so I'll move on to that in a moment. But on regards to uniform, you'll be aware that our main suppliers are Whittaker's, and they've got various outlets and can offer you an online service, but also Abbey Street stores in Accrington supply most of our uniform, and you might find that really convenient. All pupils carry in their pocket a little card which we call a cue card, and they'll become really familiar with that. This is checked every Friday and it starts with CUE, chewing, uniform, and then E for equipment. So if your child is chewing, they get a log. If there's something wrong with the uniform, they get a log. If they're missing equipment, they get a log. Some pupils, or lots of pupils, are really proud of the fact that they've got clear cards and they'll get rewarded for that and have it acknowledged at the end of the year. So we're here to look at uniform, and we've got Harry here modelling our boy's day-to-day uniform. So he's got a nice tidy haircut. Just turn him round, Harry. That's not gone too short on the haircut. The maximum length is a number 2 on the back. Thank you, turn back. He's got his blazer on, he's got a white school shirt with a stiffened collar and his junior tie. He's not wearing a jumper today because it's quite nice and warm, but he's got his classic fit charcoal grey trousers and black leather lace-up shoes. He's got his rucksack with him. It can be a rucksack or any other kind of formal school bag, but it needs to fasten so that it protects all his books in bad weather, and there's plenty of room in there for his lunchbox and for any files and big books. Thanks, Harry. Okay, so nice and tidy. He's got no piercings or anything. Has he got a watch on? No watch today, but he could wear a wristwatch if he wanted to. Nice and smart for a day in school. His PE kit. So we've got Spencer here in his warmer weather kit. Short sleeve top, navy shorts, navy football socks and nice plain trainers, looking smart for PE. And then we've got Hashim in his colder weather kit, so he's got the tracksuit bottoms on, he's got a top over his white shirt, and he's got plain dark trainers on. They can be plain white or plain dark colour.
And if you just turn a little bit Hashim, he's brought with him his little PE bag. So the advantage of that, he can bring his kit in his PE bag and leave it in his form room so he doesn't have to carry it around all day. Well done boys, great models, thank you. And so for girls' day-to-day uniform, we've got Martha here modelling for us. Thank you, Martha. She's got her hair tied up nice and neat. She might tie the back up if she's got something messy like technology or science, and certainly for PE, but it's nice and smart for now. We've got her coat with her, so if it is chilly, she's got a really sensible coat with her. Might not need it today, but that's really good for the cold months when you're outside a lot at break and lunchtime. She's also got a rucksack. Let's just spin round for us, Martha, and show us. She's also got a rucksack. Doesn't have to be a rucksack, but that's what she's chosen. Thanks, Martha. Spin back. That's lovely. Okay, so she's got, again, like the boys, a formal stiffened collar for her school shirt, her junior tie and her blazer. She can wear a cardigan or a jumper underneath the blazer when it's cold, but she's okay at the moment. She's got her St Christopher's checked skirt. She's grown a little September, but it's still pretty much on her knee, so that's quite sensible. Knee-high socks or ankle socks or tights, depending on the weather. And nice shiny shoes. She's got patent leather shoes, and they are allowed if you'd like to wear them. Very pleased to see that Martha hasn't got any ear piercings. That's new from September, that years 7, 8 and 9 we're phasing out any piercings, so no piercings for year 7. Otherwise she looks really smart, so well done Martha, a really good model, ready for the day at school. Here we are with girls' PE kit. Evie's got her hair tied up, nice and smart and sensible for PE lessons. She's got her warm weather kit on, t-shirt and skirts, that's a shorts and skirt combined. She's got ankle socks on. She could wear the longer football socks to be a bit warmer, and plain trainers, so they can be plain white or plain dark trainers. And then Bramble's got her hair tied up as well, looking tidy. She's got a warmer weather top on, which she can zip up to her neck if she wants, over the top of her t-shirt. She's got the leggings on, so nice and cosy for a cold day. Ankle socks on again, and plain trainers. And Bramble, if you just turn so you can see your bag, she's also brought with her her PE bag. It's just handy to have your PE kit in a separate bag, so they can leave it in a box in the form room and they've not got to carry it around all day. Thanks, girls.
I hope with covering there some of the key points that we want to highlight, you feel more confident and that some of your questions have been answered. But I really recommend that you look through this booklet in depth and watch the videos and look at the other information on our Year 6 transition page on the website. And we look forward to seeing you in September. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, just give us a call or email us. Thank you for your time.
We're blessed with such a supportive group of parents, and some parents want to make a greater contribution than others. One way of doing that is through FoSC, the Friends of St Christopher's, and their chair for this year, Mrs Rachel Shovelton.
Hi, my name's Rachel Shovelton, and I'm not a teacher, I'm not a member of staff, I'm not a school governor. I'm the chair of FoSC. I'm the parent of 2 daughters who've had a remarkable journey over the last 9 years here at St Christopher's. The support and the unique set of abilities that my girls have is a reflection of the excellent opportunities offered, knowledge, skills and confidence of St Christopher's teachers and staff. You are by default all now friends of St Christopher's. It was with a mixture of excitement and trepidation that I, like yourself, was once wondering what the journey would be like at big school. FoSC is here for you. We're here to put the fun back into fundraising. Who doesn't like a beer and a quiz or fashion and fizz at the end of a busy working week? All knowing that the money raised will go towards perhaps a journey of your child on the school minibus, some extra books to enjoy in the library, a sponsored hoodie to wear at a sporting event representing our school locally or nationally. These are just some of the things that FoSC have paid towards. It's an overwhelming task sourcing the uniform, not to mention the expense. We also have a uniform swap shop. FoSC is a mixture of parents, carers, grandparents, friends, teachers, and parents and grandparents of pupils past and present. We usually meet on Monday evening, perhaps once a month, for just an hour. We've recently just held our first Zoom meeting, which was interesting to say the least. I'm not asking you for money. I'm asking you to feel involved with the very heart of St Christopher's, the school that we are so blessed to have. For our greatest gifts, our children, I'm asking you for your gifts of time, of ideas, of skills, of creative thoughts, and of a little time. What can I do? I hear you ask. You can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, look at the website. Not for you, what difference can you make? There's only one of you. I'll leave you with this. Individually, we are one drop. Together, we are an ocean. Thank you for listening.
And so we hope that this short video, together with our website, our welcome booklet, and our visits to primary schools, will help you as you prepare with your son and daughter for September. Do get in touch with us if there are any further questions that you want to raise with us. But in the meantime, have a fabulous summer, and we look forward to seeing you for the start of a new year at St Christopher's.